Hey, what's up guys? It's Josh from the Duelist Club. I'm here today to show you guys the new variant on the Zoo combo. I'm going to show you the combo itself and also how it works in the context of Pendulum Magicians. If you watched the introduction video, you guys know Pendulum's my favorite mechanic. This is definitely my favorite deck at the moment. And I've seen this combo floating around, so I figured I'd show it to you guys on its own and also in the context of this. And then I'm going to go through a test hand playing out the combo. I'm going to draw 4 random cards and then barrage. And so I'll show you guys how that works. So I apologize for the angle. I hope it's not too difficult to see the cards, but so here we go. So it's a 1-card combo. All you need is barrage or rat or a way to get to rat. But what you're going to end with is off 1 card, you're going to get a Trident and a Mrs. Radiant to open up 2 extra deck slots. So this is your hand. First, you're going to activate Barrage, and this is assuming no disruption, of course. Effect to get out a rat. And then you just go through your standard zoo stuff. Hammer Kong, effect, get out the other rat. Broad Bull, effect. You can search Whiptail, or you can search the Performa Pal Odd Eyes Minotaur, the high scale. You can search that too if you need one, but for the sake of the combo, we're just searching Whiptail. And I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with the Chalk and 9, back of the Hammer Kong, Tiger, put a material under it play. It's very similar to that, except here's where it gets different. We overlay a Trident first, then Chalk and 9. And Chalk and 9 effect, we already have targets, so we can just bring this back. And so then we Tiger effect, give Trident a material, and then you have 2 Earths, so you Link Summon for Mrs. Radiant, and there we go. So no normal summon. You can still normal summon your Joker after this, and you got 2 extra deck slots, so you can go off a little bit, pop some Wisdom Eyes, and then Pendulum both of them back. So it's just really good. And so hopefully I'll be getting a deck profile of Magicians to you guys soon. I'm still working on it, trying to make it as good as it can be. And I just think they're a lot better with a supplemental engine like Zoo. So once Zoo gets hit, if they're completely dead, we'll see if it needs another engine to make it work. But if not, we could always just play pure, but probably isn't as good. But so that's the combo. And I'm going to take a minute or two to just shuffle up the deck, get everything in the extra deck back in order, and then I'm going to show you guys a test hand. Alright guys, so back with the combo part of the video, and I apologize real quick if the quality isn't that great, or the camera angle, you know, whatever. Doing some really ghetto stuff right now to even record this video. Like, you should see my setup, it's pretty bad. But, whatever. So, we're going to start with a test hand, starting with Barrage and 4 random cards, just to play this out in Magicians. So, okay, Poison Alliance, pretty good. Really good. Okay. So, Barrage, Purple Poison Alliance, Joker, Wisdom Eye. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how I would play this out. Okay, well, first thing we want to do, and this is assuming no disruption by your opponent, obviously. We want to establish our Mrs. Radiant with the 2 extra slots, so when we Pendulum Summon, we can use the extra deck, but we want to get value off of our Barrage pop. And we already have a Wisdom Eye, so we know we have a Destruction trigger for later. So we're going to go ahead and scale that so we can activate Alliance. Alliance effect's going to grab us the Double Iris. The Double Iris, we're going to scale it. We're going to activate Barrage to pop it, to get out the rat. And so that's going to trigger to get us our Star Pendulum Graph. And since we have another Magician and a Wisdom Eye, that means we can activate his effect, which means this is going to give us a search later, so we can go ahead and activate it, or you can hold it, doesn't really matter. Because we're going to go ahead and do some Zoo stuff now. And the cool thing about this deck, you know, the better Link monsters we get, the better that this deck will get in general. So, Hammer Kong effect. Go ahead and get out the other rat. So got that. Then we're going to go ahead and go Broad Bull. looks like we have enough. We're gonna have complete scales, so no need to grab the Odd Eyes Minotaur or anything. We can go ahead and grab a Whiptail just for a follow-up play next turn, or to equip to our Trident if we so choose. Okay, so add that to hand. And then here we go. The Dryden, Chalk-a-Nine back the Dryden, Tiger Material under Dryden, and then Link Summon with these for Mrs. Radiant. Okay. I'll scoot these over a little bit. Alright, so we got our setup. Now we can go and do our pendulum stuff. So we can go ahead and scale Purple Poison. This is one that I always want in the scale, just because it blows things up when it pops, and it gives a 1200 boost to any dark spellcasters. Getting over stuff like Masterpiece is really easy with this. This deck just has a really good toolbox. So we can go ahead and trigger his effect to set another double Iris in the scale, because the destruction effect of Search is not once per turn, but his destruction will trigger this. And we still have a Joker normal summon. So this can add us something, but here, the best Magician to Pendulum summon now would be Harmonizing post-links, because this brings out one from deck. So it just extends your plays a little bit without needing the extra deck. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that. Alright, so we got our complete scales here, but we're gonna go ahead and normal summon. Or, you know what, let's save that. Let's save the normal summon. Let's go ahead and pendulum summon to the 2 extra deck slots here. 1, 2, 3. Alright guys, I apologize. So it's not that I'm messing up the combo, it's just I have a limited amount of space to work with on my phone, so I have to record these separately and cut them together. And keep having to change up the camera angle every time. So this is a little closer, but we were at Harmonizing, summoning from deck, and I was saying you don't want to burn a purple poison, because this is what you want to have in the scale. So I like having 3 of those because I go through them pretty quick. But we're going to get the second search off that in a minute, and I only play the 2 targets, so we can go ahead and burn a double Iris to summon off this. There it is. Double Iris. Right there beside Harmonizing. And so whatever you summon from this, you want to overlay with, because if you do anything else with it, it's banished when it leaves the field due to this effect. So we're going to go ahead and overlay over here for Tornado Dragon. Tornado Dragon just to get the search over here. So we're going to go ahead and pop it. That effect's going to trigger. It's going to get us the trap. And so if you guys don't know what the trap does, basically it pops a Magician and a card your opponent controls. And so you can pop this and a card your opponent controls, and then this will trigger and pop another one. So that's 2 pops there, then another pop, then another pop. So that's already 4 pops. Okay. Shuffle up. So add that to hand. We can just go ahead and set it. And so this is why I love Pendulums. This is why they're my favorite deck. Basically, every monster in the extra deck almost is accessible after you Pendulum summon. You can go into whatever you want depending on the matchup. I usually go into Tornado Dragon just because it's good, and I try to save it till the end phase to snipe some back row. You know, like if they diagram, I'll pop it. You could go into a Synchro here. You could go into Omega, Stardust. I'd save your Ignister. And we still haven't even normal summoned yet. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Normal summon the Joker effect. We have a hole here. I like to keep my scales complete, so we can search a Black Fang. And so this one special summons from Graveyard. When it's destroyed, special summons a Dark Spellcaster. So you can, it's a follow-up play next turn, because you can target a monster your opponent controls and half its attack and then destroy this. So that'll give you a free monster next turn. Let's say, okay, if we don't know what we're going against, we can either go into Star Time to to search, or we can go into Emerald and loop the zoo stuff. Since we have a live barrage, let's go ahead and go into Emerald. Right there. And then we're going to go ahead and detach. I detached the harmonizing because you can special it back off this and do some synchro stuff next turn. But so Emerald, we're going to shuffle back the Rat, Tiger, and Broadway. So Rat goes back in deck. These go here. And then we're going to draw one. Draw the one card. We have a Whiptail in hand for a follow-up play. We have a Barrage that's live. This will special from grave. Whatever you destroy on this turn with this, or on your next turn, this will search you. It can search you another Harmonizing. It can search you a Missing Scale. If Mrs. Radiant is destroyed, it adds back an Earth. It's just crazy. The only thing, it's pretty vulnerable to board wipes right now. But even then, even if they board wipe you, you still have this. And I mean, look at this field. You have almost every monster zone. You have every spell and trap zone. You have some in the extra deck. You got a grave, and you still have 2 cards in hand. I mean, it's just crazy. This deck's gonna get a little worse, you know, after the Zoo ban list. You know, like I said earlier, Dryden I definitely see getting banned. Broadball I see getting banned. If this sticks around, I might try to make it work with Zoo still, but I definitely see that going away too. But yeah, hopefully I'll get you guys the deck profile soon. But I'm still tinkering with the ratios a little bit. Not exactly sure. But yeah, that's the combo. Pretty straightforward after you've been playing it for a while. I encourage everybody to pick up this deck. If you're not convinced yet, I mean, Pendulums will come back. Konami's not just going to ignore an entire mechanic, especially one that they've been pushing for the last, 1 or 2 years. So yeah, pick them up while they're cheap. But like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, I can work on other decks too, you know, but this is my main one right now, just because it's super fun. I mean, who doesn't like throwing 5 monsters out onto the board first turn, making a bunch of XDs, synchros, whatever. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next vid.